Did you check in with the front guys?
I didn't, no.
Usually probably they have do that if you're walking around.
Yeah. And who are you with?
Myself.
Yeah, you can't be out here. You gotta go up front and check in. You can't walk around here.
Oh, why is that?
Then I'll have you step over onto the sidewalk, please.
What happens if I don't?
You will be arrested for trespassing.
Well, I'm not going to have Officer Smith sign a form.
Well, honestly, I can't make you do it, but I mean, I've got the recording of it.
Like I said, from my understanding,
No, you have to go now. You have to check in. You can't be on school district property without a pass.
Can't be on school property without a pass?
Correct. We have to know who you are.
How am I being inappropriate?
Well, I can enumerate a few ways. One, you're not actually following the statutes of Washington State.
You're not allowed to be on this property. You understand that, right?
I don't understand that.
It's private property.
Okay, I need to talk to another supervisor. This is just, the problem is, I understand this is a hubris moment. I get it. You guys feel like this is a, just a cockfight right now. Hey everyone, I am free. It's December 18th, 2023. I'm in the city of Auburn, King County, Washington State, heading to the city council meeting to seek redress of grievances, to petition the city council for my grievances.
Then I'll have you step over onto the sidewalk, please.
What happens if I don't?
You will be arrested for trespassing.
Trespassed unlawfully from the Auburn School District, and to have the city police do nothing about that.
Well, I'm not going to have Officer Smith sign a form.
Well, honestly, I can't make you do it, but I mean, I've got the recording of it.
Like I said, from my understanding,
correctly with the trespass statutes. So I am going in here to see if I can get that squared away. While I got you here, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that all notifications button so you get my stories right when they release. And comment. Follow me on X at I.A.M. Auditing. And if you want to help keep my feet on the street, you can go to the links in the description for Cash App and Venmo.
Hi. I like the lipstick. It's very pretty.
But not half as good as tomorrow.
Andrew Monday.
Now, if you would all please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to speak tonight? Please come forward, give your name, city of residence for the record, and please limit comments to 3 minutes. And we'll start the clock when you begin speaking.
Is the mic on? Can you hear me?
It's on.
Okay. My address 4018 Street, Southwest, Auburn, 98001. My name's Steve. I'm a journalist with Inland Auditing Media. I've come before the council to petition the city to seek redress of my grievances. My civil rights were violated by the City of Auburn as a member of the press recently. I was unlawfully trespassed by the City of Auburn Police Department from the Auburn School District while I was working on a story in a publicly available location. I attempted to resolve the problem on site with 2 officers and a supervisor and the police department in person. The resolution I sought was to have the unlawful trespass warning rescinded or to have the required documentation by Revised Codes of Washington signed. That was refused in violation of law.
Well, I'm not going to have Officer Smith sign a form.
Well, honestly, I can't make you do it, but I mean, I've got the recording of it.
Like I said, from my understanding, it's
I come seeking proper lawful resolution of this problem by having either the no trespass warning rescinded or having the proper documentation as mandated by law completed. The city's officials have, with callous, officious, and hubris-laden behavior, dismissed my liberties in a manner that is in fact criminal. My liberties were, with forethought, intentionally conspired against to prevent their use in violation of federal and state law. This problem is not limited to just the police department. The email I sent to the city government and school district has been read from my read receipts. The willingness of this city to call people with weapons to remove me, the press, from public property is shocking. Even more shocking is the flagrant support of this criminal behavior by the city's leadership's wholesale lack of remorse for their abuses against the press. No word has come from the government, which is why I now stand before you, appropriately excoriating this body for its abuses and criminal behavior against me. With such news as children at Evergreen Heights Elementary coming into contact with and eating cocaine while on the playground, the press is direly needed. Just as with my reporting on an alleged oil spill at the school district transportation hub. Your abuses have only emboldened me to make Auburn a focal point for my journalism. You won't silence the press. See to leadership, you're going to get more scrutiny from it, in fact.
50 passes. Now, council, before the next 2 resolutions, we are going to move into executive session. The City Council will adjourn into executive session for RCW 42.30.110 subset 1 subset C to consider the minimum price at which real estate will be offered for sale or lease when public knowledge regarding such consideration would cause a likelihood of decreased price, and RCW 42.30.110 subset 1 subset I subset double I and double I to discuss with legal counsel potential litigation that may be commenced against the city and the legal risk of a proposed action when public discussion of the litigation or legal risk is likely to result in an adverse legal or financial consequence to the agency. The length of time for the executive session is 15 minutes. In addition to myself, the city council.
Mayor, council members, any comment on my unlawful trespass from school district property, publicly available property? Working on a story about a large oil spill when you sent police to remove me while I was working on trying to discover if there was actually an oil spill there. Any comment? Is this the City of Auburn's official position on abusing the press? Councilman? Any comment on that? Is that the city's position to abuse the press, force them off property unlawfully when they're trying to cover a story? Council member, any comment on that? Unlawfully removing press?
Not at
from
this time.
publicly
Thank you.
available locations? Is that the official position of the city?
Sir,
Yeah.
talk to you a second. Hey, we've been seeing you down here running for mayor one of these days, right? You have that thing on, and I am hard of hearing, and I couldn't understand what you were saying.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'm happy to share.
And I don't, you're not going to make me sick or anything.
Awesome.
Why were you here? Because were you recording too?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
Smart.
absolutely.
I should have something like that.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's always good. I've got a body camera, this, and then my.
Yeah. So you were talking about civil rights or something?
Yeah.
But
So
the school district, what?
Yeah, I'm a journalist. So I was working on a story at the school district, the Auburn School District.
Yeah.
I received tips and leads that there was a large oil spill. And
Where?
at the school district, where the transportation hub, where all the buses go.
You
The
mean
school
out
buses.
at the bus barn place?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah, that makes sense.
So I went there to just see if there was in fact a large oil spill, and
Yeah.
the location I went to on that property was publicly accessible. So what happened is,
Oh my God. Oh yeah. I heard part of what you were saying.
you have heard about this?
No, I heard part of what you were saying.
Oh,
And
okay.
I think I know where this is going. Keep going,
Yes.
please.
So he called the police. The police unlawfully trespassed me.
God.
Violated my rights as pressed to be there. Now I was in a completely lawfully publicly accessible area. And when they trespassed me not only from that location, they trespassed me from all 31 locations of the school district for the remainder of my life. So any stories I'm trying to work on, like the one that I just mentioned
Who
a
you work
second ago.
for?
My own company.
You're-
It's Inland Auditing Media.
I was at a park one day, and the woman sitting, she's probably homeless, and she was sitting in the park, not bothering anybody, leaning against the restroom wall. She did nothing out of the ordinary. Some dingbat little blonde decided that, ooh, we're going to make big trouble here. Called the cops.
Really?
Said she had a needle in her arm. I was the first one in that park that day for the game. She never had. She did nothing. And the cops came, arrest her, leave her stuff in the park for other homeless people to see. I gathered up her stuff, took it home with me, thanks to the lawyer here at City Hall, to Dan Hyde. He helped me be in touch with her, and she got her things back. She would not have got anything back.
That's
if it
really
had-
good that you did that.
I know, but I know about the trespass thing. Someone's homeless, and so they go behind the school district building, and they stay overnight a couple of times, and they get caught. And that woman whose stuff I saved and got back to her, I went through her things. And the day she got out of jail is when I found her phone in a pocket in all her stuff, and she had 3 big bags.
Wow.
But I found the no trespass thing for her. But school district property that we pay taxes,
There you go.
huge amounts of taxes.
Yep.
But for you to be told that you are trespassing on public property that you had access to.
Yeah, there's no trespassing signs.
I could have gone on the property.
Absolutely could have. They just didn't want me there because I told them I was there working on a large oil spill, and that's when they called the cops.
And
so.
that's embarrassing.
Oh, exactly. That's
Do
exactly
not embarrass the city of
That's
Auburn.
exactly it.
You know, you want to catch people lying and cheating and stealing even. You hang around this city of Auburn. You know how many times I caught Pete Lewis lying?
Interesting.
I mean, bald-faced
You
lies.
can give me a minute. I got to go ask the
That's
police something
okay.
real quick.
I am so glad that you're doing what you.
Well, thank you.
You go.
I appreciate it. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. Hey, Chief.
Yes.
I got a question for you. I'm wanting to seek redress of my grievances with you as well. I believe my story that I released today really covers all the bases in case you haven't seen it as to what went wrong. I just want to be clear. That whole trespass from the school district property was 100% unlawful. There was no predicate, no lawful predicate whatsoever for my removal. This is about the city not wanting to, and the district, not wanting to be embarrassed that there was potentially a large oil spill that I was there to see if in fact existed.
Okay.
As soon as I mentioned that, that's when the so far unnamed guy, to me at least, came out, said, I don't want you here, you need to go. And that's when your officers showed up and trespassed me for life from all district properties for the remainder of my life for simply being there to look for that oil spill.
Well,
that's prior restraint.
Well, if they've given you the form, I think there's a avenue on there to appeal that.
Yeah, and not only that, but there's been no response. So I've reached out to the city at every level, and there's been zero response for this.
What response do you want?
I want the no trespass warning. Either the no trespass warning rescinded, or just to complete exactly what the statute prescribes in sections 105 and 115.
I've read both of those, and I don't see anywhere in that statute that gives you the right to any of that information. You can get it through a public records request from the school district, because the school district is the one that's empowering law enforcement.
Correct.
And unless I'm reading it incorrectly, unless I'm getting inaccurate legal advice from our city, I don't see anything in that statute requiring that to be on the form that they gave you.
No, you don't have to put that on your own form. You could just use the one that the legislature prescribes in section 115. But it says right there, in order to remove someone, in fact, I mean, I've got a copy of it right here on me. It says right in the preamble, it says, the owner of premises or his or her authorized agent may initiate the investigation and request the removal of an unauthorized person or persons from the premises by providing to law enforcement a declaration containing all of the following required elements and in substantially the following form. So they have all these things here. They need to be signed to under penalty of perjury, because the whole intent there is to say, in fact, actually, if you go back and you read the notes and the discussions from the bill back when this law was passed, the primary intent was actually to protect the police department, because that way they can say, hey, look, I was taking the word of whoever that they're not lawfully allowed to be here. We're not going to take responsibility for this. And that was the way for the police to say, and if you lie about this and you're actually injuring this person's civil rights, we're going to hold you to account because of the false swearing. So the whole point is to protect both sides of the fence here. I haven't had a statement that I can pursue remedies through that's under penalty of perjury as required by statute. I mean, that section 115 is really clear, and so is section 105, where it says it has to be done. So are you implying that the city attorney is giving you counsel that you don't need to have
what I was telling you is that I don't see a requirement in the law to provide that to you at the time you're trespassed, like our trespass form.
Okay, look,
I can't.
If that's the case, I mean, so be it. Wouldn't it be good public service, though? I mean, wouldn't it, honest to God, be good public service?
I'm not going to, give you a soundbite or whatever you're looking for right now.
I'm not looking for a soundbite. I'm saying, wouldn't it have been really great? I wouldn't have even had to have shown up here if I could have just had that form right there on the spot and just taken that form and immediately gone to the channels that I needed to go to use that document to pursue remedies, either criminal and or civil.
Well, that is not a form that the officers would carry on them.
Even if they don't carry that with them, when I went down to Sergeant Anderson, showed him the form, that was a time where it could have been done, and what he said is, I'm not going to have anyone sign that form.
I don't know what actually he said. I'd have to review his body camera footage.
I believe my story that I released today really covers all the bases in case you haven't seen it.
I have.
As to well, you can watch my video. I mean, it's right there on the video.
I saw part of your video today, and it was edited quite a bit. So
An hour and 6 minutes is edited quite a bit.
the whole first part, you kind of mishmashed everything. So I look at the video in the entirety, so that's what I would look at.
There's virtually nothing missing, Chief.
I didn't say anything was missing. I said
I
it,
mean,
was, it appeared to
virtually
be
nothing
edited.
out. Sure, there's transitions because some of the material that was there was absolutely not salient to what had happened.
Okay.
And in fact, some of it maybe really boils down to it just being B-roll footage. So all I'm saying is when I then went to Sergeant Anderson and spoke with him, I mean, it was great that I was able to have the 30-minute conversation with him there. I mean, because that was about how long I was talking with him, and I appreciated that dedication of time. But he made it clear on camera that he was not going to have anyone sign that. Yet he admitted and then contravened himself multiple times. He said, "We're agents for the school district." Then he said, "But we don't have agency to sign this document." How can you be one and not continue to be that one?
Well, I would have to look at that. I'm not sure what he said. Our SROs are assigned to the school districts.
Sure.
So they are commissioned Auburn police officers that are assigned to the school district.
Yeah.
So the school district does empower them to enforce, like, people trespassing on school district property.
Sure.
That sort of thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I know CTAC does that for places and all that kind of stuff. It's a pretty common thing. The agency is granted to individuals.
Well, they only grant it to 3. We only have 3 SROs.
Yeah,
right?
fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm assuming it's Goethel, Smith, and Schultz? Sergeant Schultz?
No, Sergeant Schultz is a patrol sergeant.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, anyways, the idea is that, and I can appreciate that they didn't have the declarant form that was available to, or that I was asking to be available at the time. That's why I went to meet with Sergeant Anderson later and speak with him.
Okay.
But if you would review that, because I bent over backwards to try to either get the no trespass warning rescinded, or just to get the 115 statement, or its derivative, whatever it might be for the city, whether it's on a combined form or something else, signed, so I could just have a copy so I could then go pursue remedies. So that's all I'm looking for. I mean, if I got to go the extra length to do a PRR, fine, I will. Sure. But like I was saying that day, all I'm trying to do is just get it done and have it, and it would have been great to have it there. I mean, that sort of stuff's supposed to be there so that if someone does have something unlawful done, that they can just go and seek remedy for it right away. So that's the main thing. And unfortunately, I'm certain if there is was a large oil spill or some portion thereof, it's probably cleaned up now. The whole idea is I get it's embarrassing for the city/district, but it would have been nice to be able to catch that.
The city and the school district are 2 separate entities.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. But obviously there's a relationship that exists between them, such as police and whatnot. And it's not like they don't cooperate and coexist in a meaningful manner. And so my goal is to catch this so I can bring that level of awareness to the citizens so that they can have, ask good questions and be involved with their elected leaders.
Yeah. I'm sure you obviously know how to do public records requests.
Yep.
From what you said earlier.
Yeah.
I would assume if the school district had to clean something up down there would be records of that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll tell you, and I'm going to release the story soon, and you'll probably scoff at this until you actually see the story, but sometimes some pretty outrageous things happen. Thurston County's Juvenile Detention Center, they left their doors open, as in inside the jail and the outer gate, and the kids were just going back and forth, and I caught it on video. So the point of people being in jail, as I'm sure you can appreciate, Chief, is usually that they don't leave until they're supposed to.
Sure.
It's not to go have special party time, action, fun time out in the woods.
That was Thurston County?
Thurston County Juvenile Detention Center. Got the video of it. Not of the kids leaving, but that the outer gate to the jail is open. Then the door on the actual jail is open, so you could walk into the jail and out of the jail.
Oh, like they had both doors.
Yeah. So you're just like, oh yeah, I'm going to spend 8 months in jail. Not really. I'm just going to walk out. So I know, and you laugh because I mean I know it is pretty preposterous, right? I mean, you're like, who would do that? Who leaves their jail open for people to leave? Thurston County Juvenile Detention Center. That's who does it. So
I don't even know. Is that in Olympia? I don't even know where they have their.
It's actually. It's just south of Tumwater.
Okay.
So if you know where the Thurston County Courthouse is, if you were just to drive south about 4 miles where the corner is, it's just out there.
Okay.
You know, they usually try to put jails and stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of out. Yeah, sure enough. Doors are open. They're just like, it's kind of sort of jail. You know, I mean, you know, come and go as you please. I mean, whatever. Sentences, schmentences.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I cover these stories. I mean, you know, obviously investigative journalists are a little aggressive, a little assertive about stuff, but we're not the interviewers. We're the ones that go out there and catch the stuff when it's happening or whatever. And
no, I'm very open to looking at our forms and make sure we have it correct.
Cool.
So.
Well, look, I appreciate your time. Appreciate listening to me, Chief.
Yeah.
I'll submit a public records request, see if I can get that, and just go from there.
Yeah. Hopefully our forms are accurate.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's all I can do is try to get this squared away. I mean, if obviously that form was signed by someone and I'll find out at the district, that's all I need, and then I can, you know, seek criminal and or civil remedies that way. So.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Chief.
All right.
Well, that's the chief. I don't know if he's taking it seriously or not. I mean, he listened to me probably because he's got to be in there later anyways. But we're going to wait for the mayor and the city council to come down. Council members, again, any comment on the removal, mayor, of myself from the school district unlawfully forcing me out so I can't complete my story? Aren't you concerned about a large oil spill at the school district? It seems like something that the city council would want to be concerned about. I mean, sure, it's the school district, but it's in the city. Don't you want to have a clean environment? Council members, don't you want to have a clean environment? I'm there to try to cover this story to figure out if there's a large oil spill, and the council seems really completely disinterested. Almost callous about it. Any response?
Yeah, right.
Any reason you treat the press like that in Auburn? Is that the kind of welcome we should expect here, council members? No comment? All right, everyone. That's it here at the Auburn City Council. You know, shocking. And by shocking, I mean not shocking at all. That was very, very similar to the Burien City Council. You know, try to get clarification. They're trying to worm it out. The chief of police there made it clear that, sure, you can public records request it. Why not just actually provide it to somebody right there on the spot? They shouldn't have to go and do that. That's not good public service, because you're denying the people from having that record they can immediately act on, because they can push that stuff out 2 months on a records request. Why not just have the form right there, then and there, fill it out, get it, and go? That's ridiculous. That's just them delaying on purpose. That's really insulting that I was told that, but it is what it is. That's it here for today. Tonight, I should say. As you all can see, it's dark. Please like, share, subscribe, hit that all notifications button so you get my stories right when they release. Follow me on X, formerly Twitter, at I.A.M Auditing. And if you want to help keep my feet on the street, you can look for the links in the description for Cash App and Venmo and help me out there. So really appreciate you guys checking out this story as it continues to develop. I'm going to do what I can to get this trespass warning revoked, and we'll just go from there. I'll let you guys know as this story develops here in Auburn. Thanks for watching. Bye.